G'day. So back in 2009 when I was Strictly Sega, I was also looking for a laser-active Laserdisc player that could play Mega Drive games, Mega CD games, all those big laser-active games. I couldn't find one, but it did start my obsession. Laserdiscs. For this episode we're going to be looking at some music discs. Hopefully you might discover something you haven't seen before, but this is my music titles so far. So we're going to start off with some 8-inch discs and then we'll move on to the 12-inch discs. To start off with, this is my jukebox collection. Now, what was cool about Laserdisc was they actually offered laser jukes. So that was a jukebox that could have a television attached to it. So it was often used at pubs, clubs, bowling alleys, pool halls, anywhere that had a TV as well as speakers. They're Australian releases. So they have Australian songs on them. So for instance, this one has The Moon and Back, Savage Garden, and there's more like that, you know. There's also these are catalogue discs that would show you all the other movies that are available on Laserdisc. Haven't got many of those, only a couple. To be honest, I've only watched each one of them once. This is the making of Die Hard. Die Hard 3, sorry. And I've got the movie as well. We'll get to that in another video. And then finally we've got 8-inch CD video singles. So this one is In the Air Tonight, or Face Value, just condensed down into 4 songs. Actually, not all those songs are on Face Value, but most of them are. Then we've got We Are the World, which is... and this is a selection of Brothers in Arms. Now, you see how it's got a gold disc? That means it's PAL, because a lot of PAL music discs were gold. So we're going to start off with some Woodstock. I'm a big music fan, and I love old school music. Plenty of awesome music there. And if that's not enough, here's an extended Lost Performance bonus feature. Not to mention Woodstock 94, which is my favourite personal Woodstock, otherwise known as Mudstock. Some old school Peter, Paul and Mary. Some Queen. Billy Joel live at Yankee Stadium. This is my favourite performance by Billy Joel. Next is The Complete Truth about De-Evolution.
And with close to 1,000 discs to choose from, it seems like you can watch and watch and watch.
Then we've got Mark Bolan. Now this is a way of looking at an artist without actually talking about it and stuff like that. It's a music biography, but it's basically just music. 10cc live in London. Moody Blues with a symphony orchestra, which is always good. Living Colour Primer. Now I got this because I wanted Love Rears Its Ugly Head. Is it on here? No, it doesn't. It has Colder Personality though, so that's pretty. Moon Shadows. I'm a big fan of LA Story, as you might have learnt from a previous video. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. What hits? All the early classic hits by the Chili Peppers when they were still relatively young. Well, this is a movie technically, but what I like about this, it's all music with just little sections of this movie split in between, but each chapter starts off with the song. Great music on there too. Bon Jovi, Scorpions, Iron Maiden, Deep Purple, Rush. Speaking of Bon Jovi, there's some Slippery When Wet. Next is a tribute to John Coltrane. Now John Coltrane's always good. Human Highway, another concert with Devo and Neil Young. And there's this... Oh, you gotta watch this one, it's really weird.
The best of Motorhead! The Ace of Spades!
Video Sheet Metal, which is a whole bunch of great artists. There's some Soundgarden, Soul Asylum, Black Crows, Juliet Letters, the Brodsky Quartet. This is the Elvis Costello Juliet Letters, but turned into a live performance of it. Peter Gabriel, CV. This is just a few of his greatest hits. We've got some Big Time, we've got Sledgehammer. Right, then we've got Peter Gabriel live. Next we have Prince's greatest hits. Well, Prince's greatest hits back then. Waking Up the Neighbours. It's okay. This is Catch a Rising Star. Now, I bought this as a music disc, but I didn't intend to get it for that because it has Andy Kaufman on it. That's why I wanted it. Next is The Show. Now, this is Dr. Dre, Naughty by Nature, Notorious B.I.G., Run DMC, Snoop Dogg, Dog Pound, Wu-Tang Clan. Pretty cool disc. Some Sade. Sade, the Three Tenors. This is the 1994 concert. Yanni, Yanni, Yanni. A DTS version of Eagles, Hell Freezes Over, which is already a great sounding album. Some Elton John and some more Elton John with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. It's really good because the first half is just a normal Elton John album, live show, and the second half is all orchestra stuff. Yanni, Yanni, Yanni. Visible Touch. It's obviously the album that came along with Invisible Touch. In Excess, In Search of Excellence. Now this is fun, but there's no track listing. It says complete tracks, but you can't skip past them. Michael Jackson's Video's Greatest Hits #1, and then Video Greatest Hits Volume 2. This is the harder one I had trouble getting my hands on, but it's the one I wanted the most because it has Earth Song, which is, you know, and Stranger in Moscow. So yeah, really cool. Bit of Moonwalker. I've got Dangerous short films, but we were using it for filming earlier. Next is Foreigner, live at Deer Creek. All of their hits live. Santana. The Greatest Hits of Bon Jovi. Madonna, live in Japan. Looking very young. The Immaculate Collection. This is all of her greatest hits. 2 versions of Vogue. I wonder why there's 2. Now what I love about the Laserdisc, digital sound. They sound really good, especially live concerts. Yanni, Yanni, Yanni. There's better Tina Turner live albums around. Ah, there it is. That's the short films we're talking about. Rock and Roll 77. This is really cool. It has some old music on there. Some old music from 1977, obviously. While the videos are playing, it has all these little trivia facts that run along the bottom of the screen about the artist. Bit of James Taylor. This you might have seen on another channel. This is where I got this because of Sam Hatch, who's a Culture Dog. It really lived up to expectations. It was a great album. But seriously, the videos, I like Phil, and that's why I like Genesis. So you might see a lot of Genesis and Phil in my collection. Not to mention Billy Joel and Elton John. Not just that, but they're easy to get your hands on, these discs too. They're really common. This is Shades of Grey, the making of the River of Dreams album. Some of the recordings of like the song River of Dreams and All About Soul and stuff like that when he was using different lyrics. Talking Heads. Now this is basically a greatest hits, but it has these really cool little intersections in between each song. Yellow Sub. Complete Beatles. Paul McCartney in concert. Magical Mystery Tour. Hell, Criterion version. Has lots of special features and stuff like that. Extra photos. I've already got Hard Day's Night, the Criterion version on DVD, so I didn't feel like I needed to double up. I try not to double up on both formats. ABBA Neil Diamond Live. It's alright. How did someone pay $245? $260 for this one disc. The Best of Joe Cocker. This is great. Good to turn your stereo up and blast. Another good one. My favourite track on this, On Every Street. Such a good album. That's the first one that came out. That's when that's before Brothers in Arms, and this is after Brothers in Arms. Eric Clapton live. Can't go wrong there. Phil Collins on drums. The Graceland concert. Had to have that because it's, you know, Paul Simon can really kick some butt when he wants to. Last batch of music here. The next one is Frank Sinatra. This is all of his Reprise work. So after 1959, I think is when he joined Reprise and started working there. Next is Jimmy Page and Robert Plant Unplugged. I got to see these, and I got to see this concert live, and it was amazing, especially during Kashmir. If you're a Led Zeppelin fan, check out that one. Next is a bit of Janet Jackson, because I can. Same with this. Woo! And Pet Shop Boys. I really liked this album when it came out. The Go West, Can You Forgive Her, absolutely fabulous. Duran Duran, which includes the full version of Girls on Film, and you guys who know what I'm talking about. Led Zeppelin, the song remains the same. Now this is actually a movie they made that was just way out there. The Greatest Hits of The Cure, always good. I think this was actually the perfect collection of Cure music, in my opinion. Fleetwood Mac, Tango in the Night, 87, 88. The Doors, Dance on Fire. Now this is just a selection of classic performances and stuff like that. All the greatest hits are on here. Hey, isn't that funny? Look, the has been crossed out for unplugged, so it's Bruce Springsteen plugged, like every other Bruce Springsteen. Okay, Meatloaf, Hits Out of Hell. And the music on that's pretty good. There's a few songs I don't know, but most of them I do, and a lot of them from Bat Out of Hell. The Secret Policeman's Other ball. Oh my. Mostly I like it for Sting. Speaking of which, that's why I've got it with the Sting stuff. Bring on the Night. His Soul Cages concert. I heard this one's expensive, but I haven't actually confirmed it or anything. But yeah, this is his 40th birthday live from the Hollywood Bowl. Next we have the Freddie Mercury tribute concert. This is really cool because it has Metallica and it has some Guns N' Roses doing Paradise City, Knock on Heaven's Door. It also has Bohemian Rhapsody sung by Queen with Elton John and Axl Rose. Next is Bob Dylan. These have a whole bunch of great artists singing Bob Dylan songs. Next is Roxette in Johannesburg. Next is Achtung Baby and Live from Sydney. Now both of these are power discs because they're gold. And these have terrible rot. Gold discs seem to rot a lot easier. Either way, you can't play the end of the video. It sucks because on that one has Satellite of Love at the end of side 1. Pink Floyd, this is when they were touring the Momentary Lapse of Reason album. Pulse, this is what got me nuts about Laserdisc back when I first started collecting. This is when they were promoting the Division Bell album. Pink Floyd The Wall, this is the deluxe letterbox edition. Not the THX version, that's the next one up I want to get. La Carrera Panamerica. And this is like a race that has music by Pink Floyd. To be honest, I've never put this on. So that's it for my music discs. I hope you found something out there that you might like. Always jump on Laserdisc database. Also check out my Strictly Sega page and check out some of the old videos. Feel free to subscribe, like that video, and come back next time. We're going to have a look at these box sets.